Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Jorge Romero, third-year PhD student at the University of Manchester. Thank you for attending this presentation. This is a collaborative research between several institutions and the Canary Islands Volcanology Institute in Volcan to provide a rapid assessment on the Tephra fallout deposit of the Cumbre Vieja 2021 eruption. Today, I will talk about the September-December 2021 eruption of Cumbre Vieja, the field surveys we made to the eruption site, the Tephra fallout deposit, including the distribution, volume, stratigraphy, grain size, texture, and geochemistry, and at the end, the overall eruption source parameters we have estimated and the future work we will develop soon. This eruption began on the 19th September 2021 throughout a kilometric length fissure which progressed into a cone building phase. And the activity was organized in 7 different eruptive stages. We have defined those stages in terms of the volcanic tremor and the direct observations of this eruption. And the activity mainly produced lava fusion, strombolian eruptions, lava fountaining, ash venting, and gas jetting. Our groups carried out 4 field surveys to describe the Tephra fallout deposit from September to November, accounting 60 to 70 field control points each. The observations were focused on Tephra thickness measurements, deposit stratigraphy, Tephra sampling, and direct observation of the volcanic activity. The Tephra fallout deposit consists of northeast, southwest trending isobox, and the thickness varies between 3 millimeters and 1.2 meters in the closest points to the cone, about 1 kilometer southwest from the vents. At least 21 million cubic meters were deposited up to November 2021. But in total, we estimate that the volume by December was about 30 million cubic meters during the eruption. The bulk density of this eruption is close to 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. So we obtain mass in the order of 10 kilograms. And the cone itself accounts of 30 million cubic meters. So the volume between the cone and the Tephra fallout deposit is very similar. This deposit also consists of at least 9 Tephra fallout layers. So I refer to what we have observed in our last field work in late November 2021. And those layers were organized in 4 stratigraphic units we have defined, and the dominant particles are scoria with a glassy texture, vitrophytic, highly vesicular textures, and fluidal shapes. Also, we found commonly vesicular, savangular basaltic porphyritic clasts in the deposit. And lithic fragments are very scarce, about 2% volume. And Tephra contains abundant pyroxene, olivine, scarce feldspar, free crystals, especially at coarser fractions. In terms of the petrography and composition of those products, we know that those particles are vitrophytic. In general, they develop clinopyroxene, plagioclase, olivine, amphibole, and iron titanium oxides, phenocrystals. We have also observed disequilibrium textures in clinopyroxene as environments and severe texture. And rarely we have recognized restingolite xenolites, which consist of partially melted oceanic sediments, which is generally attached to scoria fragments. The bulk composition of Tephra fallout and bulk lava is tephritic. The silica contents goes from 44 to 45 weight%, with about 8% alkali. The glass compositions are silica rich, and they contain up to 49 weight% silica. And they show a clear trend from more evolved to less evolved compositions as long as the eruption progresses during September. However, the early October scoria samples seems to be a combination of both end members. So at the end, our research shows that the eruption is magnitude 4.7 and intensity 7.6, which is larger than most of the historical eruptions in La Palma of this kind, and is quite similar to some eruptions in other volcanoes like Mount Etna. And most of the erupted materials were lava flows, and then the pyroclastic cone and Tephra fallout. So we aim to produce more research on fragmentation processes, eruption dynamics, eruption source parameters, plume sedimentation, and impacts of those products on the surrounding communities. Thank you so much for attending this presentation, and I will be waiting for your questions.